Hi, everyone. Okay. It's very nice to meet you all. My name is Sakila. And yes, it's true. I've been teaching for a very long time. I usually teach English, reading, writing, and speaking. I also sometimes teach math. I currently teach kindergarten for Toronto Public School. So I'm very excited to meet you all and get to know you all. And I hope you enjoy this class. We're gonna have some fun actually. I don't want you to feel like it's a lot of pressure. I just want to see what you know so I can help you get better at what you already know. Okay, so I'm sure you are all very, very smart already. I'm sure you know lots about English. I just want to know where you are, and then we can try to figure out how to make our skills better. Okay, sounds good? Yeah. You can call me Sakila or you can just call me teacher, whatever you are comfortable with. And I would love to know a little bit about you all. So maybe, Mike, do you want to start? How are you? Is that your name? Your name is Mike?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. And what grade are you in, Mike?
3, and I am almost 4.
Oh, okay. So was today your last day of school? Are you on summer vacation now?
It's my last day of school.
Okay. Are you so excited for the summer?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have any big summer plans? Are you going anywhere?
Not really.
Really? Okay. And where in Canada do you live? What city do you live in? Do you live in Canada?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think I'm now in Oakville, Ontario.
Very nice. You live in Ontario. Okay. Awesome. Thanks, Mike. Great job. And let's go to Daniel next, maybe. Hi, Daniel.
My name is Daniel. I'm currently in Canada,
Okay.
Richmond right now. Um, I'm kind of excited for summer break because I can finally stop picking fights with my biggest enemy at school.
Oh, I bet. Okay. Have you had kind of a rough year at school a little bit?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. That's always hard.
I remember something very embarrassing from school.
Mm-hmm. Okay. How was your day today, though?
Good.
Was today your last day of school as well?
Yesterday.
Yesterday was your last day of school. Okay. Did you have a
I'm
good
almost grade 5.
day?
I'm almost grade 5.
Oh, that's so exciting. Okay. How was your year? Other than the enemy, how was your year?
Good.
That's so good to hear. Okay, awesome.
Not counting on the part that she kicked me in the balls.
Oh, brother. Okay. Hopefully we can forget about that. Are you doing anything fun for the summer?
I don't think so.
No, just hanging out. That's always fun. Hanging out is also fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, great. Thanks so much, Daniel. Okay. Alan, would you like to go next? Okay, maybe Liviana.
Okay,
Hi.
I'm in grade 3. Yesterday was my last day of school. During the summer, I'll go to 2 summer schools. First, for July, I'll go to Marlborough, and then for August, I'll go to E2,
Okay.
or you could call it educational too.
Okay. That sounds like fun.
On the
Mhm.
yesterday, what we did. My last day of school was on Thursday.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
What we did on Thursday was have a water balloon fight.
Oh, fun. All the people in your grade or all the people in your school? Or just your class?
Kindergarten 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Oh my goodness, that must have been so much fun. Did you have such a great time?
Yes, I did. I only got hit by one water balloon, even though everyone was targeting me.
Oh my, that means you must be so fast. Are you so fast?
Not really, but I'm good at dodging.
Oh,
I'm very good at Dr. Dodgeball.
oh my goodness, that's awesome. Do you love to play dodgeball?
Yes,
Okay.
I know 3 types of dodgeball.
Okay, what are the 3 types of dodgeball?
Dr. Dodgeball, Circle Dodgeball, and Normal Dodgeball.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome, awesome. I like to play dodgeball with my kids at school too sometimes, but I work with kindergartners, and so sometimes they can be really slow, so I have to be pretty soft with them. Right?
I hit almost everyone with a water balloon at least twice.
Oh my, wow. So you're
So
really
that, so that means I hit, if you hit, so that means I used up at least 200 water balloons.
Oh my, that's amazing. And did your school provide all these water balloons? Or did your teacher have to buy that?
All of the teachers gave $20. And it was those types of water balloons where they're attached to a pole and already have a tie.
Mhm.
And then you pour water in through the top thing, and then you just slip the balloon off and it's completely full, and then splash.
That's perfect. Wow.
So all you have to do is attach new balloons. But it's really hard to do that.
That is. You're right. Wow, that's awesome, Liviana. Thanks so much for sharing that. Great. I'm so glad you had an awesome last week of school, or even last day of school. Awesome. Thanks, sweetheart. Okay, Alan, are you ready to share?
Yeah.
Yeah. What grade are you in, Alan?
4.
Grade 4. Okay. And are you looking forward to summer break?
Yeah, I'm going to my friend George's house for a sleepover soon.
Does George live far away or close by?
I wouldn't say, like, he's not in Citadel with me, but he's kind of close. If
Okay.
you drive a car.
Right. Okay. That sounds like a lot of fun. And tell me about your last day of school. When was your last day of school?
I think it was like on
Was it
June.
yesterday? Today, was it this week?
I'm pretty sure it was like
Sorry, Ellen, I didn't hear you. Can you repeat that?
I think it's like maybe this week or last week.
Did you already have your last day of school or not yet?
I already had
You
it.
already had it. Okay. Did you go to school today?
No.
No. So maybe yesterday was your last day?
No.
No, even before that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Did you do anything fun on your
Yeah,
last?
we watched a movie.
Okay. What movie did you watch?
I forgot. And our teacher handed out these cookies with candy in them.
Oh my goodness. Treats and a movie. That's fun. Okay. Did you have such a great time?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you excited for the summer break?
Yes.
Are you going to do anything? Or are you
Yeah.
just hanging out at home? Other than your sleepover at your friend George's house. Any big plans?
Well, my mom is going to the Stampede, and she's gonna I think she's gonna hand out food to people.
Hey,
And I'm hoping there's some grape crush.
I see. All right. Okay, Alan, great job. Thanks for sharing, sweetheart. Good job. Okay. So what we're going to do first is we're going to do a little bit of writing. So I'm going to do a little bit of talking first. What we're going to do is we're going to start with some vocabulary words, okay? Now, these may be words that you already know, or they might be a little bit new. Regardless, what we're trying to do is we're just trying to practice using words in sentences that we don't always use, okay? So that gives us a chance to expand or grow our writing. So even if we know the words, sometimes it's very helpful to write with them because it always helps us grow our writing, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen with you. It's only 4 words. And can I have someone read them for me? Any volunteers? Daniel, would you like to read the words?
No, the first one. The second one.
Do you know what the first word is or no?
Yes, nature.
Okay. Great. Maybe Mike, would you like to read the second word? If you don't want to, you can say no, thank you. Are you? I can hear you.
He's muted.
I know, it's okay. He'll figure it out.
I don't really know how to say that word.
No problem. Would you like to try to sound it out? It's okay if you don't know. I'm here to help you. What do you think it sounds like? What does it sound like?
I think it's some sort of like drowsy or something.
Yeah, it's actually you're super close. It's drowsy.
Oh.
Can you say drowsy? Can you say drowsy?
Drowsy.
Great job, Mike. Yep, you got it. Perfect. Liviana, would you like to read the third word? Sorry, sweetheart, you're muted.
Whisper.
Whisper. Great job. And the last word is a little bit long, but Alan, would you like to try it?
Illustration.
Perfect. Great reading, everyone. Okay, so I'm going to talk about these words a little bit. Some of you may already know what these words mean, so I will ask if you already know, and then I will elaborate a little bit more, and then we're going to do just a little bit of writing, okay? So the first word, nature. Does anyone know what the word nature means? Daniel, what does the word nature mean? Sorry, you're muted, sweetheart.
Oh, like the outside, the rainforest, any places, but not in your house, your backyard.
Sure, yeah, exactly. So nature usually means things that we find on Earth that are natural, right? So plants, water, land, things like that, oceans, you're right, rainforests, trees, any kinds of plants, vegetables, fruits, these are all part of nature. Even animals are part of nature, right? So these are all natural things on Earth, right? So when we talk about nature, usually we think about outdoors. So you're completely right, Daniel. Anything that's not in our house. But can nature also be found in our homes? What do you think? Can nature also be found in our homes? Are there plants in our homes? Are there animals in our homes sometimes? Liviana?
Not really.
Sorry, Daniel?
Not all the time. People have pets. Not everybody have pets.
You're right. So my question was, is it possible for nature to be at home? I didn't say, is it possible for everyone to have it at home? But what I'm saying is, do sometimes people have plants and animals in their homes?
True.
Yeah, so is it possible that nature could also be in our homes?
True. If you have a greenhouse or have a giant plant in your house, like my friend.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Sorry, Liviana, did you want to add something to that? Go ahead, sweetheart.
You are an animal.
We are an animal?
No. People are animals. Homo sapien.
You are correct. Yeah, so are humans and people part of nature as well?
Yes.
Yes, that is true. Exactly. Great job, Liviana. Thank you for adding that. That's a very good point. Okay, so does everyone understand what nature is? Thumbs up if you understand what nature is. Perfect. Okay, next word is drowsy. Now, has anyone ever heard of that word before? Drowsy? Liviana?
Drowsy means like you're dozing off, but not completely asleep.
Right. Yep, you're right. Great job. So drowsy means like when you're feeling very tired, you're feeling very sleepy. So one way we can say drowsy is like that medication is making me feel drowsy. It just means that it's making me feel very tired, maybe sleepy. Maybe I'm not completely asleep. You're right, Liviana, but it just means that you're feeling sleepy or you're feeling very tired, right? That's what drowsy means.
I'm
Okay?
feeling drowsy right now.
Yeah, it's been a long day, hasn't it? Yeah, it's quite late. Do you have a bedtime, Liviana? Do you have a time where you usually go to bed?
11 p.m.
11. Okay. Yeah, it's been a long day, so it's normal to feel a little bit tired. Next word is whisper. What does the word whisper mean? Anyone? Maybe Alan, would you like to try? It's okay if you don't know, you can say I don't know, but would you like to try, Alan? What does
I definitely know. It's like you're talking to somebody in like a pretty quiet voice. So like it's mostly like if people are whispering, it means like they're telling a secret, like a secret. So other people don't know.
You're completely right. So,
and you can also whisper to yourself so other people don't know you're talking to yourself and they don't make fun of you.
yeah, you are correct, Alan. Great job, sweetheart. Yeah, so whisper means when we are talking very quietly, right? So usually I would whisper a secret, or I might whisper if I don't want someone to hear me, right? So whisper just means when we talk very quietly. Maybe we're talking to someone very quietly, or maybe we're just whispering something to ourselves sometimes. That's not completely abnormal. Sometimes people whisper to themselves, and that's totally fine, right? Great job, Alan. Thank you for explaining that word. And the last word is illustration. Has anyone heard of the word illustration before? Yeah. Mike, what do you think? Have you ever heard of that word before or no? I know it's kind of a long word. Have you ever heard of it before? No? Okay. Sure. Daniel, would you like to tell us what illustration might mean?
Illustration means like when the author writes a book, he puts his illustration on the bottom.
Illustrations on the bottom. Can you explain what you mean by that?
Illustrations are just basically the author's names to like show you who wrote the book.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Daniel. Let's give Liviana a turn. Liviana, what do you think illustration means?
Like an illustration is a sort of drawing that people usually put to make people understand the book better. Like you wouldn't really understand if it says in a rusty metal box that lays a beautiful jeweled thing. Maybe to make them understand better, you could you could put a picture of a rusty metal box that's open and showing a drilled ring.
You are completely right, Liviana. Thank you so much for that great example. Illustration is usually a picture, a drawing of some kind. It could be in a storybook, it could be in a newspaper, it could be in a magazine. Illustrations, so usually when we see, for example, a storybook, we see a title, we see the author, which is the person who wrote the book, and then we see illustrations by, and the name of the person who drew the pictures in the book, okay? So illustration means a visual. You're right. So Liviana, you're completely right. Illustration is like a visual to understand the words better. So if the author is talking about a big, beautiful house of candy made with candy canes and popsicles and marshmallows and little gumdrops, then the illustrator would take those words and create a picture that helps us see or visualize what that house looks like. So they would draw a picture of a house with all those things, right? That's exactly what that means. Does everyone understand what illustration means? Thumbs up if you understand. Illustration is pictures, drawings, graphs, things like that. Any kind of image or visual to help us understand words better. Okay, so what we are going to do now is we are going to take these 4 words and we are going to write a sentence for each of these words, okay? So I want you to think of your own sentence. Try not to use a sentence that we've already talked about in our examples. Try to think of your own sentence. You want to write a sentence for each of the words with your own ideas. So you want to make sure your sentences have some good detail. Don't just say, I like nature. That doesn't give me a lot of details. And it doesn't really help me understand that you know what nature is, right? So you're just going to write one sentence for each of the words. So in total, you're going to write 4 sentences. And if you need any help or you need me to explain the word to you again, please just ask me, okay? Does everyone have a paper and pencil with them? Yes? Okay, go ahead and get started. When you are done, just let me know you're done and I will wait for everyone. You are not rushing through this. I want you to really think about details in your sentences, okay? So you don't have to rush. Liviana, do you have a question?
I accidentally pressed leave meeting, so I didn't hear what you said.
Okay, so what we are going to do right now is we are going to write a sentence for each of these words, okay? I want you to think of sentences that we didn't already talk about in our example. So I want you to think of a new sentence that we haven't already talked about. And I really want you to add some details to your sentences. So I don't want to just see a sentence that says, I like nature, right? Because that doesn't really tell me that you've understood what nature is. Does that work? Okay, when you are done, please let me know. If you need help with any of the words or you need me to explain it to you again, please let me know and I will help you spell any words or re-explain. And when you are done, please let me know. Do not have to rush. Please take your time.
Finished.
Libiana, did you write 4 sentences?
One sentence with all of the words.
Okay. Okay. That might be okay. I actually wanted you to write 4 sentences, so 1 sentence for each word. But
And
I
I'll
will,
write 4 more.
okay, I will allow it for this time, but I think about it. If you think it's good enough, I'll allow it. But I was hoping for 4 sentences.
I'll
Okay.
write 4 more then.
Okay. Great job, Libiana. Yes, Mike.
I finished.
Okay. Daniel, are you also done? Yes. Okay. Libiana, are you also done? Yes. Okay. So I'll just wait for Alan. No problem. Alan, which word are you on right now, sweetheart? There's no rush. You can continue. I just want to make sure you don't need any help. Do you need any help? Alan, are you there?
I don't have paper.
Okay, you can't find paper or a notebook or anything? No? Are you?
Well, there is a notebook, but I don't want to use it because there's other stuff I could use it with.
You don't want to use it because why, Ellen? I'm sorry.
I just don't want to use that paper.
Okay, so most of us are already done with our sentences and you're still looking for paper. So if you can't find paper, you can also type your sentences out on your computer screen as well, or even in the chat box, that would have been okay. But I wish you told me a little bit earlier because everyone's kind of waiting for you right now. You're still looking for paper, okay? So I think any paper you find is fine, as long as you write your sentences. It doesn't matter what paper it is. Okay? So it doesn't matter if it's a notebook, doesn't even matter if it's scrap paper. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna get started, but you can write, do you have something to write on now? Have you figured out what you're gonna write on or not yet?
Yeah, I'll just use the chat.
Okay, you can type your sentences into the chat box and you can okay, go ahead, do it in the chat box and I'm just gonna start discussing it with the other friends because I do have a reading that I wanna get to afterwards, okay? So Alan, you go ahead and work on your sentences and I will go over the words with the rest of them while you work, okay, sweetheart?
Yeah.
Okay, so for the word, yeah, Daniel, you don't have to use a chat box. I'm just gonna let Alan use it for now, okay? And Alan, you can just type them to me. You don't have to type them to everyone. Okay, sweetheart? Great job. Okay. So the first word, nature. I'm just gonna choose two people to randomly read their sentences to me, okay? Daniel, can you please read your sentence for the word nature?
Smoke and oil are both bad for the nature and the environment and the climate change.
Okay. Okay, great, thank you. Liviana, would you like to read your sentence for the word nature? Unmute, please, honey.
Nature is very green with lots of grass.
Okay, yeah, sure, great job. Mike, for the word drowsy, please. Oh, I think you're still muted, sweetheart. Let's unmute you.
I feel so drowsy that I want to just lie on the ground and sleep.
Okay, great job. Great sentence, perfect. Okay, Alan, I'm pretty sure you don't have all your sentences yet. Would you like to?
I typed in nature.
Yes. Do you have your sentence for drowsy yet?
I'm coming up with one.
And then I'll let you read it out loud, okay? So after you're done typing it, you can go ahead and read it out to us. You need another minute? I can come back to you. Would you like me to come back to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, no problem. Okay, whisper, Liviana.
People usually whisper if they want to tell a secret.
Okay, great job. Mike, whisper, please.
I whispered to my friend that yesterday I found diamond on the ground.
Okay, great job. That was perfect. All right. Mike, for the word drowsy, please.
I think I just did it.
I know. Can you read it out loud, please?
Sentence or word?
Your sentence.
Okay. I feel so drowsy that I want to just lie on the ground and sleep.
Okay. Thank you. Why don't you write your next sentence for the word illustration? So skip the word whisper, Alan, and write a sentence for the word illustration, please, okay?
He's already finished drowsy.
Yes, we did. I just went back for drowsy for him because he is a little bit behind. So I said I would go back to him, and it's fine. Mike, you already did for the word whisper. And Daniel, would you like to give us your sentence for the word illustration? No, thank you. It's okay if you don't want to. You can say no, thank you. You don't want to share your sentence for illustration? Okay, that's absolutely fine.
I can't come up with one for illustration. I don't really want to do that.
Okay, Alan, that's fine. Don't worry about it. Mike, would you like to share yours for the word illustration?
Some books don't have illustrations.
Perfect. Great job. Liviana, would you like to share your sentence for the word illustration? No, thank you. Okay. Okay, no one else wants to share their sentence for illustration? No? Okay. All right. We will stop there for our vocabulary words for now. There is a reading that I want to get to very quickly because I had an activity I wanted to do afterwards, but I don't think we're going to have time for the activity. So we will just focus on the reading for now. We'll do a little bit of talking about the reading as well. And then we can talk about the activity, but we probably won't do it. Okay. Yes, Liviana.
Can we do some writing also?
We just did a little bit of writing. I did want to do a reading now. Normally in my classes, we do a little bit more writing, but because today is just kind of a get to know you class, I'm doing a little bit less writing. Okay, so that's all the writing we're going to do for today. But normally in my classes, we do a little bit more writing than that. Okay. Okay, so today we're going to read a little bit about the human heart, okay? So we're going to learn about the different parts of the human heart, what the heart does, how it functions, things like that. So I will choose you to each read a paragraph from this reading, and I will just kind of go in order, okay? So I'll just kind of randomly choose you. Liviana, did you have a question or did you want to read?
Read.
You wanted to read. Okay. Okay, go ahead, Liviana. You can start.
The heart is a powerful involuntary muscle that sends blood throughout our body. We cannot control what it does. It sends a single drop of blood around 100,000 kilometers of blood vessels about 1,000 times a day. This is an incredible feat for a muscle that is the size of a human fist. I never knew we had 100,000 kilometers of blood vessels.
It's true. Yeah, that's pretty surprising, isn't it? So it's an involuntary muscle.
So you don't have to ask it to do something.
Exactly. You don't have to ask it to do anything, right?
A voluntary is like flipping a book.
You are correct. Great job. Exactly. Yeah. So a heart is a powerful involuntary muscle. It sends blood throughout our body, and without blood being sent throughout our body, it would not function, right? So we would not be able to do many daily activities and things, right? We
You
would
would
not.
be dead.
You could be dead, or you could also be paralyzed, right? You could possibly still be living, but maybe you can't really move a side of your body. You can't do certain things. That's what happens when blood is not properly circulating throughout our body. Sometimes you do die. Sometimes you don't die. Sometimes just parts of your body stop working because there's not enough blood flow in that area of your body, which is why the heart is so important. And it's about the size of a human fist. So if you make a fist, it's probably the size of your heart. Okay? All right. Next paragraph, Daniel.
The heart is made up of 4 chambers, 2 at the top and 2 at the bottom. At the top, the left, what is this?
Atrium.
At the left atrium and the left atrium sucks the blood, and the bottom.
Oh, 1 second. The left atrium and the right atrium. Can you say that one more time?
The left atrium and the right atrium collect the blood and the bottom 2 chambers, the
ventricles.
The ventricles pump the blood out of the heart. It makes one single heartbeat for the blood to go from the heart to the lungs, where it's loaded up on oxygen. Return to the heart, and when circulate,
And then circulate
all over the body.
Great job, Daniel. Thank you. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about this paragraph before we continue, okay? The heart is made up of 4 chambers, okay? At the top, okay, is the left atrium and the right atrium, okay? And they collect the blood. And the bottom 2 chambers, the ventricles, pump the blood out of the heart, okay? So these 4 chambers are very important for how our heart and body functions. So the top part of our heart, the left atrium and the right atrium, collects the blood from our body, and the bottom 2 chambers, the ventricles, pump the blood out the heart. It takes 1 heartbeat for the blood to go from the heart to the lungs, right? And in our lungs is where we send oxygen throughout the body, right? So it loads up on oxygen, returns back to the heart, and then goes all over our body. It circulates
1 second.
all over our body. Yes, Liviana.
In about 1 second.
In about 1 second, yeah. In about 1 to 2 seconds, all that happens. So our bodies are incredible, right? So it actually does a lot to keep us alive, which is why it's so important that we treat our body right. And what does that mean when we treat our body right? It means that we are eating healthy foods to help our body continue doing what it needs to do. It means that we are exercising so that our heart can pump more blood. It means that we are getting enough sleep at night. It means that we are drinking lots of water, right? These are all really good things that we can do for our body to help it stay strong and healthy, right? Because if we're not doing these things, then our heart gets weaker. And what does that mean? That means that the rest of our body is not working as properly as it should be. Okay, paragraph number 3. Mike, would you like to read the 3rd paragraph? think you're muted, sweetheart.
To ensure the blood travels smoothly and what's that word?
Consistently.
Consistently, the heart uses
Valves.
valves that open and shut with the flow of blood. The valves only open one way, making sure that blood does not re-enter the chambers.
Good. Yeah, excellent. So, what does the word consistently mean? Does anyone know what the word consistently means? Daniel, I see you're raising your hand. Do you know what the word consistently means? Daniel, you just turned off your camera. Okay, so you don't know. Okay, Liviana, do you know what the word consistently means, sweetheart?
Yes, like it's always happening.
Yeah, it just means something is happening over and over again. It's consistent.
And if you think the heart stops beating when you're asleep, you're wrong.
Yes, it's true. The heart is always beating. The heart is always working. Okay. Okay. Last paragraph, Alan.
Okay. When you are ready for physical actions such as running, your heart speeds up and delivers large amounts of oxygen to your legs, enabling you to run quickly. After exercising, you may feel exhausted as your oxygen reserve may be used up. In a few moments, however, you will recover the oxygen needed and at rest, and your heart will slow down and resume a normal rate. The typical heart rate of an adult is 60 to 80 beats per minute, while a younger heart would beat at the rate of 80 to 100 beats per minute.
Excellent reading, everyone. Great job. Very, very good reading. Okay, so when you are doing physical action, such as running, jumping, swimming, karate, gymnastics, any type of physical activity that you are doing, your heart speeds up, right? And you can feel it when you are being fast, when you are doing some sort of physical activity consistently. Your heart speeds up and delivers lots of oxygen to your legs, your arms, other parts of your body that is being worked out. So if you are running, your heart is speeding up and delivering oxygen to your legs. If you are doing something with your arms where you're doing chin-ups maybe, or you're doing pull-ups with your arms, your heart is delivering oxygen to your arms, right? Or your hands. If you are stretching your neck and you're constantly doing that as you're working out, whatever part of your body you are working out, your heart is trying to keep up with your speed and trying to deliver oxygen to those parts of your body. So our hearts are very, very, very important. It's so important that we keep them healthy. You may feel exhausted sometimes when you've been running around a lot or you've been doing a lot of physical activity. Maybe you've been at school all day and you've been walking around. Have you found that sometimes you just feel exhausted, like very tired? It's maybe because your oxygen may be used up, right? So your body needs rest, right? Your body needs rest after you've been exercising a lot or moving around a lot and things like that, okay? And then after a while, after you've rested a little, maybe you've sat down, you're maybe lying down on the grass for a little while, your body will resume normal rate again, okay? So an adult heart rate is 60 to 80 beats per minute. That's an adult. A younger heart beats at a rate of 80 to 100 beats per minute. So whose heart rate is faster?
Children.
Children's heart rates are a lot faster. Does that mean that they can do a little bit more physical activity than adults?
Yes.
Yeah, usually children.
Like usually children are more flexible.
Yes. And also a lot of times you will notice that children have more energy than adults do, right? That's because our energy reserve kind of dies out a little bit quicker even when we rest. It'll go back to normal, but children's rates can handle more because their beats, the rate of their beats are faster, and also they can resume at normal rate much quicker.
That doesn't make sense. When I climbed Grouse Mountain, it only took me 2 minutes to be completely exhausted.
Okay, but then after you rested for a little while, were you feeling okay again?
No, I just kept getting even more exhausted.
Oh, really? Do you think that maybe you took good care of your body that day? Did you get good sleep and eat really well that day before you
I don't
started?
like eating. And I'm also very picky.
Okay, well, sometimes that could be a little problem, right? Because we also have to give our body lots of good food to keep us running, to keep our heart running, to not get exhausted. Sometimes when we're not eating properly, we do tend to get tired pretty fast because it's like the fuel that our body needs to keep moving. That makes sense. Yeah. Okay. All right, so I did have some questions I wanted to talk about after the reading today. However, our class time is over. So normally we would do our vocabulary words, we would do a reading, and then we would do some answering questions. However, today, because we are out of time, we are going to skip the questions and hopefully we will get to them next time. Okay, so we are going to stop there for today. Does anyone have any questions about the reading, about the class, about the words, about anything that we learned today? Any questions? No questions? Okay. Hi, Orthrina. Did you just get here, sweetheart? Because I did not see you. Did you just get here? Yeah, okay. Sorry.
Already finished.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, sweetheart. Our class is over. So I'm just saying goodbye to everyone, but hopefully I can meet you next time, okay? All right, sweetheart, it's very nice to meet you. Okay, so Mike, Alan, Liviana, Daniel, and Orthrina, it was very nice to meet you all. And if you have no questions, you are free to go, and I hope to see you again, okay? All right, bye, everyone. Great job today with your reading and writing.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.